Now, when playing this game Prototype and trying to review it, inevitably I'm going to have to compare it to the other game that's like it, and that's inFamous. So I'm going to do a compare and contrast with those two games right now. Storyline. Story wise, I believe inFamous has a better storyline, more original. They both have the kind of a city is kept in quarantine, but Prototype, like I said, does a virus type quarantine, which is pretty stock, while inFamous does, there was an explosion and they think it's a terrorist attack, but in reality, it's the race spear. And I like how inFamous actually kind of takes shots at the government by occasionally you'll see television broadcasts saying, "Oh, the military came in and freed a train full of hostages," and you're standing there, no, that was me. I did that. So I really like inFamous's story better than Prototype's, just because I think it's a little more original. Gameplay. Prototype, like I said, is a very fast-paced game. It really keeps you on your toes. inFamous, on the other hand, is more slow-paced. It's a third-person shooter. That's what it is. And I would classify Prototype as a hack and slash. They're both open-world games, but Prototype's faster, more hack and slash, more just about getting out there and just going. inFamous is a lot slower-paced. Not that that's bad. I don't think it's a bad thing. It's really going to depend on who you are and what you like. If you don't mind kind of, in inFamous, staying back, picking off opponents with your lightning powers, then, that's good. But if you need just the quickness and you like that quickness, then Prototype's the game for you. Like I said, you can do a lot of things in Prototype. You can transform your body. You can pick up military weapons. You can throw some things in the environment. In inFamous, you can't do that. You're basically restricted to your lightning power. So if that bothers you, then you'll probably definitely want Prototype over inFamous. Characters. For me, Cole McGrath of inFamous is a much better and deeper character than Alex Mercer is of Prototype. You have the choice to make Cole either an evil character or good character. And to be honest, along with the story, it only affects a couple of cutscenes and it affects on how certain characters will talk to you. But it really makes you feel that you control this character and that he's alive. Alex, there's nothing I can really say about him. I didn't have any feelings of connectivity towards him. I'm just trying to get to the end of the game using him. So in that respect, I think Alex is a lesser character to Cole. I believe Cole is the more developed character. I mentioned earlier side quests. In inFamous, there are very few side quests, but they're all for a purpose. They're all to try to clean up the city and get rid of the enemies that are in that particular area. With Prototype, you're trying to gain experience points. But I gotta be honest with you. There are so many side quests for Prototype. And it's not that they're all varied. It's not that there are a bunch of varied side quests, because that would be fine. But let me try to think. There's war, there's movement, there's glide, there's military consume, there's infected consume. And that's what I can think of. I think it's just those. And they repeat. You can either get a bronze, gold, or silver, bronze, silver, gold in those events, but you're essentially doing the same thing over and over again. I mean, there's really no difference in the side quests. They get harder, yeah, as you go along, but there's just so many, and eventually I got to a point where I just had to say, okay, I'm tired of trying to do all these side quests. I'm just gonna go finish the story, because honestly, to me, they were draining. They were physically draining on me, and I couldn't take it anymore. So I think Prototype kind of overdoes it with the side quests. They're interesting at the beginning, but then eventually they get repetitive. inFamous does it too, but there's not as many, and you're doing it for a reason other than just grinding away for experience points. What game would I recommend people buy? Well, if you've got a PlayStation 3, inFamous is an exclusive that you cannot miss. It is a great game. If you've got a 360, then you can't play inFamous. Pick up Prototype. If you've got those systems, if you've got both those systems, and you want to make a choice as to which one you want to pick, honestly, I recommend getting both of them. Right as of right now, I can't decide which game I like better, inFamous or Prototype. They are both very excellent games, very fun to play. It would just depend on what kind of person you are and what do you like. Do you like the slow-paced action, or do you just need to get in there and you just need to go? Oh. For that, I would say, if you're fast-paced, Prototype. Slow-paced, inFamous. Like I said, honestly, if you can get your hands on both of these games and play them both, because both of them are a treat to play. I had a lot of fun playing both of these games. Prototype is the longer game, I feel. Trying to cancel out side quests, I think the storyline for Prototype could probably be around 15 to 20 hours, and then add time for that when you're doing these side quests. inFamous, I believe, is probably maybe only 10 hours, and I think I'm adding the side quest with it. So inFamous is the shorter game. So if you're really looking for, maybe if that's a part of your decision, whether or not you've got the time to dedicate, you take that into consideration. Prototype is definitely the longer game, and especially if you add in the side quests. So that's that for my Prototype / inFamous review. If you enjoyed that, rate, comments, and maybe I'll see you again if I decide to do another review. Who knows?